Hey everybody, welcome to Food Talk TV. Melissa Murd here, and I have got a special guest for y'all tonight. His name, I think y'all might recognize, is Benjamin.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Benjamin is going to teach me and you how to do a reverse sear on some ribeye steaks. And while we're doing that, we're also going to get crazy with some baked potatoes. We're going to make a salad. We're going to do some sauteed mushrooms. So it's going to be a fun hour.
A lot of good food.
Absolutely. All right. I think the first thing I'm going to do is get started washing some potatoes. And then I'm going to teach y'all how to do the potatoes the way I like to do it. I'm just washing these honking huge potatoes. They are really big. The key is you're going to want to dry them. And you're also going to already want your oven preheated to 450 degrees because I'm trying to cook them quick, and these are fatties, right?
Hey, baddies or fatties?
Both. They're both.
Yes.
All right, next I'm going to dry. And then here's a way that I like to do my potatoes that people always go, man, your potatoes are so good. All right, guys. Ready?
They do say things in Texas are really big in here.
Yes.
This is huge.
Yeah, I bought some petite potatoes, not to scare anybody. Okay, I'm gonna use my bacon grease to rub on my potatoes. So I'm fixing to give myself a really good moisturizing of my hands. So there's our bacon grease. Doesn't take a whole lot. We're just gonna rub it.
Do you use it for your face at all? I've seen some people do stuff like that.
Oh,
I
wow.
have not used it for my face. I have put it on my heels before when I used to, I always usually cook barefooted. And if I'm out at the beach or something and I come in, I don't have any problem rubbing bacon grease and putting some socks on. Doesn't smell so good the next morning, but you know.
The cat's licking the feet?
No, they're not here. They're not here.
Right.
We're at the beach.
Okay.
Welcome in, everybody. Good to see all y'all. A lot of our familiar friends and supporters are here. And, of course, Benjamin's in the house.
In the house.
There he is.
In Texas. I'm working on my y'all.
Y'all.
There you go.
Welcome in, y'all.
We'll be fixing.
Got Maria in the house,
right.
Beth,
I used to say
Maddie,
y'all.
Babs, Ava, Teresa,
Hey, guys.
Rick.
Welcome in. I'm so excited. Look who's here in my kitchen.
Rich Clutter, yes.
And his beautiful wife, Marissa's here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to be on camera?
I don't mind.
Okay.
It's okay.
And there
There's
is
Benjamin. Yes.
the lovely Marissa. That is Benjamin's better half. And y'all know Mark,
One and only.
my better half.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we just bacon grease these bad boys up, put some salt on them, and now we're just gonna roll her up. Other thing I like to do sometimes, guys, I'm not gonna do it today because I'm in a hurry wanting to get these done, is I like to cook them on rock salt without the 10-12, but this is kind of it's gonna help steam them. This is going into our oven at 450. I'm using my Easy Bake.
Hey, there's
Okay.
Trini, the other half of Thirsty Thunder with me.
Here.
With
Thursday
Benjamin.
Thunder. How are you doing, Trini?
Welcome in, everybody. Good to see all y'all tonight. We got the duo Melissa and Benjamin tonight.
Yes, and there's no coconut involved.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
You know, I think I've only used coconut maybe once or twice since that time. It was for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a big fat gnar for me. Gnar, gnar, gnar.
Shades of the Grub Match.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, guys. So next up, I'm going to be working on getting some mushrooms cleaned up and getting some romaine cleaned up. And I'm going to put Benjamin to work cutting us up some garlic with his fabulous knife skills. I got him a nice sharp knife here.
We'll see. We'll see how good I can do.
All right.
Okay, so we got some garlic here. We have a trash bowl next. Okay, perfect. So, anyways, for peeling garlic, there's a couple ways you can do it. I like to take the time to just break it up like this. Put a little pressure on. It depends on how much of a rush I'm in. So I think just doing like this sometimes is fine. If you're in a rush and you needed to move fast, you can put your knife down like this and you can smack it a little bit But then you can peel off. It peels off a little easier. Now, someone might say, well, I'm a little scared to hit it with a knife. And I can understand that. That's possible. A couple things you can do. Get something that has a heavy bottom. I recommend a can, literally. Can of green beans, can of anything. Just get the can, use the bottom of the can, smack it a little bit. Same pressure applied will work perfectly, and you'll get the same result. So don't think you necessarily need to use a knife itself. I just like to use a knife because I'm lazy. I don't want to wash anything else, and I happen to have it right here. So as you see, I was able to take all of that peelings off of the skins of the garlic. Now, because of the garlic for we'll be cooking some steak. Are you planning to use garlic for anything else?
No, just the steak.
So I'm actually not going to probably be dicing it because I actually would just going to slice it in half maybe.
I am going to be using some garlic.
Oh, that's fine. You sure don't want me to dice some up for you? No, but I will keep some of it kind of semi-whole because of the fact that when I am searing with the steak, when we're searing the steak, I'm going to be helping Melissa learn how to cook on a cast iron skillet with a steak. Not necessarily she doesn't know how to cook on a cast iron skillet. You'd want to keep the garlic big chunks because of the fact that if they're small, they're going to burn. So these will be nice chunks that can still handle the heat and they will not burn, and the flavor will enhance with the steak itself. So I'm going to find a little dish to put this in maybe, or should I just keep it in the corner?
Yeah, we can just keep it in the corner.
Okay, perfect. We will need some onion. So I can use one of these, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Perfect. So same concept. Now, if Fran's here, Fran, I don't know.
Fran is here.
I don't know.
Hey, Franny.
I don't think I'm gonna cry, but you never know.
I got Kleenex.
Look at everyone. Look, see her.
Yeah, Melissa's tipping and tailing.
But yeah, I might cry, but we'll see. But I'm not gonna be dicing it really. I just need chunks of onion. So
If she starts crying, I'm gonna be the one laughing.
there's less cutting happening right now.
Hey, how are you,
Okay.
McWizzle?
Yeah. So I'm gonna use kind of like a piece like this. I'm gonna keep that whole, maybe another nice little chunk. And we'll go there. So I'm gonna keep these pieces of onion just like this. The rest, what do you typically do with yours? Just leave them?
I save them.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Do you want me to do anything with this right now? Or?
Just put it right over there next to those peppers.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, these peppers look really good.
Yeah, I save those and cook them in my stock because I make hot stocks.
Oh, that's really awesome. These chilies. I've seen these. Typically, you hang them on here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really cool when you see everything from the camera lens and you see the real deal stuff in here. And it's really cool to get. I'm still trying to process cutting on this cutting board, the acrylic cutting board, because it looks like you're just cutting on the granite. But I'm getting used to it. Just playing little mind games with me. But I think for right now, I'm good with that because we want to keep these pretty big.
What about, are we going to already salt the meat, or how do you do that? Because you're teaching me totally.
Yeah, we can work on that. Well, how much, when it comes to teaching, is it just cooking it, or you want to like do this, learning how to season it? Are you feel comfortable with all that?
I feel comfortable with salting and peppering it, but I would like to watch because I kill every steak I cook.
Okay.
And
well, the meat is already.
I took it out 30 minutes early.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. At least right now, I'm gonna set this knife to the side, and if.
Do
Do you want me to? No, you're fine. You want me to put all these, or
Yes, we're gonna go ahead and do all of them. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna start off. Now everyone knows how I typically work. Now I'm gonna do the best I can. Just keep one hand dirty, one hand clean. This would be my dirty hand for right now. So I'm gonna at least put them on a big baking sheet right now, because this needs to get seasoned, and so this will allow me to be able to be multifunctional. And we have some nice ribeyes. So these are good pieces of ribeyes in Texas. They are bigger here, I'll tell you that, people. These look really nice. And H-E-B, I've heard of this grocery store.
Gotta go.
They're big. So welcome in everybody tonight. You are watching Food Talk TV. We're the longest running food talk show on TikTok, 4 years and running. And you've got the spices right tonight with Melissa.
Hey guys.
Who's here doing some tipping and tailing right now. And then our special guest tonight, Benjamin from Benjamin's Kitchen.
Hello.
So welcome in everybody. We appreciate all y'all being here.
Yay.
And we got ribeye steaks tonight, baked potatoes, salad, and mushroom.
You know, a couple of things I might do is, next question, you like you said you like medium rare.
Yes.
Do you also like it when you have steak sometimes that where it's a little maybe? Oh my gosh! I never thought you would ever show that on my live. It's like
It's more important that I show it on this one.
my phone might break right now. I'm sorry. Just so everyone understands that it might be breaking. So, do you sometimes like it when there might be a crispy end part?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, perfect. So if that's the case. So typically, if you're in a restaurant, they will cut off this little piece right here because the little end pieces that are not necessarily part of the whole steak will cook quicker. But if someone likes a little crispiness to the meat when they cook, but like they want the whole meat at least, let's say medium rare, but you don't mind having a little crispy end, then you leave it on. If you're not wanting to, but you can just do that. Do you need to do anything right now? Or
Nope,
okay,
I
cool.
just wanted to get these ready and in the steamer so I can pay attention to you.
Okay, let me wash my hands real quick. I'm gonna do that. Oh, for my.
Babs said, no, you didn't, Melissa.
I sure did.
Yeah, I know.
I did, and I put them all over the green beans.
Thank you, Jay Beatty, for the follow. Appreciate everybody being with us this evening.
Hi, Becky.
Hey, Becky.
And if y'all are just scrolling through, you're watching Food Talk TV. We are the longest running food talk show on TikTok, 4 years and running. Remember, you can also go to the website, foodtoktv.com. Get recipes. This one is not on the site as of yet. You can also get bios on all the creators, such as Melissa and Benjamin.
Yes, oh yeah.
You can also get a schedule of when each creator's being on, because we do have creators on 7 days a week, every day of the year.
Let me work on this. First things first, get my mise en place ready of my towel.
Mise en place.
And you can see ribeyes on the menu tonight.
Yay, Benjamin's teaching me. You can teach anybody. Somebody that's been cooking longer than he's been alive.
So I'm just gonna put some olive
He's
oil.
teaching me.
I'm not necessarily trying to get it everywhere. I just put it on a couple pieces of steak. We're gonna maneuver it around right now. We have some pink Himalayan sea salt. What I'm gonna do is put some on my hand.
Okay, I was gonna go, that's a
Yeah.
pour.
No, the reason why, sprinkling. So when you season, it's always best to season high. Season high so that it spreads evenly. If I was to go very low, it would just fall in the area that I am at. So I want to try to spread it as much as I can. Now, steak is a big piece of meat. What tends to happen sometimes, people tend to under-season, so it's just depending on your taste buds. But the fact that this is fine salt, whereas it's more smaller grain, I don't want to use too much because you tend to use more when it's a smaller grain salt. Here's your pepper. Yo, your pepper mill works better than mine. I need to get a new one. This is a...
That is 32 years old.
Oh man, mine's like 16 and it's on this last leg. What I'm gonna do is just get my hand dirty.
You know, we could have rubbed those down with bacon grease too.
You could have, yeah. That's right. Then I don't need to add more olive oil. I'm completely fine with the amount that's in there. And what I do right here sometimes, I will literally just use the seasoning that's on there already. And then I'm gonna add more. Now I'm gonna have you do the salt because now the fact that my hand, I already have one hand that's dirty. So any way you want to season it is fine. Any way you feel is fine. Just.
Thank you, Ducky and Amy Lamplaus for the follows. Appreciate that.
Put some pepper on. What do you guys like to put on your steak when you cook steak? What is your seasoning go-tos? Typically, what is the chat? What is your seasoning go-tos when you like to cook steak? I'm gonna explain why we're doing it. Just keeping it very simple, which is just salt and pepper. But I just want to see what everyone else's thoughts are. Now we're not gonna be grilling these. We're gonna be cooking them in a cast iron skillet. So we're doing a nice pan sear. So what's important with this, we're gonna let it rest for a little bit. These need to come to a nice room temperature, and we're just let it sit out here.
On the Food Talk end, we've got garlic powder, salt, pepper, somebody said. That was Ducky. Caitlin said cayenne pepper. Lisa, steak seasoning. Babs, salt and pepper. Alicia, Montreal steak seasoning.
Oh, Montreal's good too, yes. So the reason why we're just doing salt and pepper right now, so my opinion, it's a thought. We all have opinions and thoughts, right? and Mark, I talk a lot, so feel free to always cut me off.
Oh, no worries.
Trust me. Sometimes I need to be cut off. Ribeye. It's a really good piece of steak. It's one of the best steaks. It's like my favorite steak to ever have. By itself, it's amazing. Sometimes when you add too much seasoning of certain things, it takes away from what it is. So I do think adding salt and pepper helps elevate the steak. But we are going to be cooking it with some aromatics too. That will help be accompanying it. But we're trying to make the main focus of the steak be the ribeye. So
I will be washing these. Guys, I have not washed it. I am going to be washing it, but I find it easier to wash it when it's cut. And I do like to leave the stems in there. I know a lot of people don't. I do you know me, guys, I don't even peel my carrots. I bought those vitamins. I'm going to leave them.
Yeah, I would say on check, garlic, salt and pepper are the most prominent ingredients to add.
That's good. I just know some people maybe do a lot, and you can do a lot. Whatever. At the end of the day, whatever you like, that's the most important thing. Just do what's comfortable. But if you're gonna spend a good amount of money on a nice piece of steak, keep in mind there's a reason that steak is that expensive because of the fact that it can stand on its own with just a couple things. That's all. Just my thoughts.
That's my opinion directly.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something. If somebody comes to my house and I'm serving steak and they ask for ketchup, they get it because the customer is always right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But let me tell you something. I am pure Puritan when it comes to steak.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to garlic in my house.
Yeah.
You know, I think the last time maybe I had, I'll say this right now. Have I cooked with it? Yes. Have I had it in my house before? Absolutely. But the last time I had it was probably about 10 years ago. Just saying. It hasn't been recent. And there's nothing wrong with it. I know you hear me pick on it. There's nothing wrong with it.
I like to use it just really sometimes when I get off work. I was telling Benjamin and Marissa that usually I'm running down the hall to get ready to eat. Get ready to go on a Monday night. But I took today off because I was very excited. So I've been off today and I'm off tomorrow. So I'm able to really enjoy myself with Benjamin and Marissa. I really appreciate y'all coming.
Oh no, I'm so glad we were able to. So everyone might be aware, I was here in Austin for a little business seminar, and I told Melissa there's a chance that I might be in Austin maybe months ago. You're talking about 4 months ago. I said once it's official, I will let her know. Now, when I bought the tickets, it was the airplane tickets were official. So we messaged each other, and since then we've been trying to. We've been working out the time, menu, and everything. So it's kind of what it was, one of those surreal moments that it's actually here, it's actually happening. You actually see the chicken. It's like you see everything. It's
right.
It's all the things that you don't typically get a chance to see, but it's really awesome.
So Cat Dog Gang had an interesting comment. They said garlic doesn't give them heartburn like fresh garlic does.
You know what? It could be because of the fact that it is processed a certain way. There's that's possible. I completely can understand that. I'm not surprised. That makes sense.
Okay, I lied. I said I was not going to pull off the stems. I pulled off the stems. Hello there, I did it. I own it.
Hey, Yessie, what's going on? What's the conversation?
Thank everybody for being here tonight. We appreciate you coming in on Food Talk TV with us. We got Monday night show, our typical show on Monday night with
y'all.
Melissa and special guest Benjamin tonight from
I'm the
Benjamin's
sous chef
Kitchen.
today.
No.
So
He is our guest chef.
I've been
thrilled.
washing dishes the whole time. Everyone knows.
no, and we're thrilled to have him and
Yes,
his wife
we are.
Marissa with us. So we appreciate that. Thank you guys too for all the likes so far. Please keep tapping for Melissa and Benjamin, as well as the shares. Be sure and share this live out if y'all are liking what you're seeing. And thank you for all the gifts. We appreciate y'all being here and appreciate y'all spending some time with us tonight.
All right, y'all. The one thing I do not have, and everybody knows I'm a kitchen gadget guru, is I do not have a salad spinner. I am the salad spinner. So I have just washed our salad, our lettuce, and I try to tear it up into bite-sized pieces because when I go to a fancy restaurant, I don't like for them to give me palm leaves. I really like it to be cut up. So it's not awkward to eat. When you're at a restaurant where you're actually trying to have manners, I really like my salad to be in bite-sized pieces.
We've had Red Wagon Bakery in here, and
Hi, Michelle.
cooking with Coonchies in here now.
Hey, Coochie.
Some more of the Food Talk TV creators.
Yay.
Great to see them. Great to see everybody. Of course, we still got Trini in here.
Yes.
Her and Benjamin make up the Thursday Thunder.
Yes, Thursday Thunder.
Manic Mondays, Magnificent Mondays.
That's right.
So what I've did so far, I just put it on a small little plate, separated some aromatics, garlic peels, or garlic cloves, some onions, and some fresh thyme. When we start cooking the ribeye, we will use these, but that would be nice to separate them from the side.
All right. Next, we are going to, you get it back over there, please. Not you.
Do you want me to do a compound butter right now? Or
Yes, that's a good thing to do. I was not talking to Benjamin.
No.
I was talking to the
Do you want me to use
cameraman.
these? Or?
This one's soft,
Okay, cool, perfect.
but you do what you need to do. I got a microwave over here. That's just an expensive timer.
Okay. Use one of these. Simple compound butter. And all I'm going to do is we're going to get some thyme out. Thyme is in the herb, not as thyme as in the time it is. And this is a good way to save some fresh herbs. Fresh herbs don't last long. Anytime you see the word fresh, understand it's going to only last a short time. Short time can be 2 days, it could be a week. But simple as a way to extend the life of thyme of herbs is to make a compound butter. So we're going to simply, step one is that we took the butter and put it to room temperature. So we have butter already that's soft. And I'm going to take some thyme right here. The thyme in here, I actually like it. Mine's are in Arizona are more like woodsy. So your stems are really nice and soft. So you can actually use some of the stems here. Where in Arizona, it's like you have to peel the leaves off a lot.
You know what I'm thinking about with some of those? I'm talking some chicken and dumplings.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah.
Yes, and some poutine with good brown gravy.
Oh, that sounds
Beef
really
gravy. Poutine.
Routine everything.
Let's go poutine. Poutine ribeye, that will never happen. We are not messing with the ribeye steak.
That's the one thing you will not see Melissa make.
You could use
Poutine
leftover meat the next day.
Yes, I could.
Yeah, like I've done that before. I have leftover meat and I put it into other things like.
Oh yeah, I love to do that. But I usually put it in a salad. Or a sandwich. Like I loved your spring strip sandwich you made, or your sandwich you made with your leftover beef.
Oh yeah, I did that.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
after Christmas, I think. I just went into my fridge and
I love to do that.
I figured something out.
Do you remember that show, Cooking, what is that? Cooking Essential? No, I don't remember what it was. But Gordon, not Gordon Ramsay, but the other Gordon would go around and get into somebody's refrigerator and they would make food.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh my God, that was so good. That was back when there was just Emerald.
I remember Arrow Bam.
Yeah, bam.
That was it. I actually love that show. I used to watch that very often.
I just watched some fungus, guys. Some mushrooms, and what are these called? These are baby bellas. We're gonna chop those up. We're gonna make some sauteed mushrooms. I like to eat them on the side. You will not see me putting that in my, this one's also soft, that's good.
So all I'm gonna do is just put all this chopped thyme into this bowl. The stems, do you want me to save the stems at all for anything in the future? Or?
No, no thanks.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this because I'm always trying to save stuff. I'm gonna use some of these stems for the ribeye. I don't necessarily need to use all of this fresh thyme. I have stems to use, so she can use them later.
Yes, and I will. Believe me.
That'll be perfect. If I need more, I'll get some more. Okay. then
Here's the start of our romaine salad. Okay. Gonna put some leftover sesame seeds in it.
Oh, no.
Not sesame seeds, sunflower seeds. Pardon me.
I'm gonna take this, and here's what I'm gonna do. Your hands are gonna get a little dirty. You're just gonna mix it up. And it's just literally just mixing it. Now, could you use something else? Well, you want the butter to literally be mixed with the thyme. So it's kind of, the important thing is mixing it together really well so that every part of the butter will literally have the herbs. Now, you can put anything in compound butter. I've sauteed shallots and garlic before. I put roasted garlic in there. I have one in my house right now that has thyme, rosemary, citrus zest. I mean, anything you find that is flavor, I feel you can add. When I did one of the grub matches, I remember I did a guajillo chili.
Yes. I have all these dried chilies over there. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you just kind of, so it kind of looks like this. Just a mixture of that. Now, do you happen to have any plastic wrap? If not,
yeah.
Okay. So the only problem is, I usually wear sometimes gloves because of this, but at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just you have to make sure you do wash your hands.
Mine are medical though. And
Yeah.
I think your hands are a little bit bigger than mine.
Yeah. That would probably be perfect. Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna do is try to lay it flat. Because I'm one-handed right now. We're gonna see if I can make that work. One-handed and an elbow. Okay. Put it in the middle. Kind of form a log shape almost. Try to get out as much as you can. Now, if you had a piece of like some nice crispy bread, I would get that and just kind of like smear that in that bowl. It'd be very flavorful.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna wash my hands a little bit. So
Okay,
I
here you
can
go.
flip this.
Or if you're a simpleton like me, just get out a piece of Mrs. Baird's. And I'm very simple. I do make homemade bread though. Like y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a tortilla. But I make homemade bread too.
Thank you, everybody, for being with us tonight. If you're just scrolling through, not familiar with us, we're Food Talk TV. We're the longest running food live show on TikTok. We have creators on multiple times a day, each and every day of the week, even holidays. So please give us a follow if you're new to the channel. A lot of different creators on, doing a lot of different dishes. So something for everybody. So we appreciate all y'all being here tonight with us.
So the simple thing is you kind of try to create a log form or cylinder shape. And that's why you put it in the middle of the plastic wrap. And then what you can do is twist the ends. And the fun part is you just go like this, you just roll it. And it becomes more solid. Now what I like to do, because we might put this on top of the steak. Now what you need to do is you need to put this in your fridge 4 hours in advance. Before you use, I would say put it in the freezer. And in a short time, it should get a little more stiffer, and then in about 20 minutes it should work. We'll see. It'll be definitely more firmer than it is right now. But if I need to get out of your way to cook, so.
All right, so guys, now all I'm doing really quickly is just getting our saute ready to go. I'm going to use some dehydrated onion in here. I just put a little bit of butter, and I'm going to put some garlic here. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm going to use one of your little garlics. Yeah, there you go.
She has garlic in the house, everyone, and she's using fresh garlic. I think we deserve a round of applause for that one.
They know I use fresh garlic. Here's what I use my garlic on. These are just some steamed green beans I'm making for me. Well, anybody can have them, but that's my jam. All right, so I have got that melting down. I thought, well, we got time in the house. Let's put some thyme in the mushrooms.
Well, that'll be very flavorful.
All right, so we're just gonna put our mushrooms. I'm gonna put a couple in the salad. Chop them up a little finer than that, maybe.
Miguel's clapping his hands for the fresh garlic.
Yay! Thank you. I try.
We appreciate all the new followers tonight. Thank y'all very much. And
Yes.
we appreciate everybody tapping tonight. Thank you for all the likes so far, and shares as well, and gifts. So thank you so much for being here, everyone.
We do appreciate it. I'm gonna use a little bit of this onion for my salad. I love onion, guys. I can eat it like apples.
Can you? You know, I've seen people who I've seen people do that. I don't think I've ever tried it.
I
like red onion raw, but
I love it.
like it's more of a salad.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen the fairs where some of them they do like a chocolate covered onion?
I've never seen that, but I
Instead of an
try it.
apple.
I try it. I'll tell you what is good: chocolate covered jalapenos.
I've never had chocolate covered jalapenos. Okay, I've never done that one. Is it like little slices of it?
No, it's a whole jalapeno they dip in chocolate.
Oh really? Have you guys ever had that? Chocolate jalapenos?
We live in Texas, baby.
Yeah, they're Texas Fair. They have a lot of interesting
Yeah, deep fried butter.
concoctions.
Deep fried butter?
Deep fried butter, and that's where the big. I believe it to be true. This is where the chicken fried bacon came from. State Fair. We also fry guacamole.
I've seen that before. I've seen.
I don't eat it.
Well, I've seen avocado fries.
Yeah, avocado
hell?
fries.
Like you just take avocado fries, you
Yeah,
put it in a
these
batter.
people dip it.
Oh.
I don't think I would eat it, but you know, that's just me. All right, so this is kind of like our salad. You know me, guys. Mama is simple Simon Mediterranean. All right, salad is done. We got the meat roasting. We've got the salad done. We've got the baked potatoes baking. Now, on those baked potatoes, and we've got the mushrooms mushrooming. And we've got 30 minutes left. I got green beans. This, I saw something that I really want to get. It is a plaque that says, "This kitchen be kitchening."
Okay.
I like it.
That is like really good. I like that.
And it's like, when I saw this picture up here, I loved it because I knew it was me. A messy kitchen is a happy kitchen, and this kitchen is delirious.
Yes. Well, what I always said in my life is if you ever go to someone's kitchen or even someone's live and there's no noise happening and there's no chaos, then they're not cooking. There has to be something going on.
Something's got to be happening, right? All right, so I'll get washing this stuff up a little bit. Throw these on there. I'm gonna grate up some cheeseburger potatoes. Nothing that is gonna excite the masses.
Meg's Cozy Kitchen said that salad looked delicious.
Well, thank you.
It does.
Now,
So
I
we-
wish I would have had some croutons, but I didn't have any of that kind of bread. But I'll tell y'all, I have made croutons out of old hamburger buns.
Oh yeah, I use the end of the sliced breads.
Oh yeah, the heel.
Yeah, I just use that too for croutons. Or what I do too, this is what I teach my students too. Where I was in the grocery store last week teaching my students that we went to the bread section and there's always bread on sale.
Right.
And what you do is buy the breads on sale and use that for your croutons or things like that. Bread puddings or
Yeah,
save
that's
money.
such a good tip too, because you can get those really good quality breads, and they can't sell them for the prices they were selling them for, because they can't be considered fresh.
Well, there's nothing wrong. It's usually stale bread. That's all.
And it makes the best French toast and a lot of things. You know, guys, what I use the heels of my bread for, or even slices of bread that I know it's time to throw this away, is I press it in the bottom of my meatloaf pan and it soaks all the grease out of
I
the
heard you say that once.
It works. But see, I also have a meatloaf pan. My kids bought me a meatloaf pan because that's one of their favorite things I make. And it's a meatloaf pan, and it actually lifts up and it sits where all the grease will drop out from below the meatloaf. I don't ever use it. I bake bread in it without the rack. That's it.
So somebody asked, I believe Miss Joyce, what's in the Easy Bake? That is baked potatoes.
Those are baked potatoes that are very small, as you can see.
One of them is the size of Texas.
One of them is the size of the mosquitoes we get. And I'm turning them back up because they are not ready. All right. All right, Benjamin, what else can we tell the masses? What else can we do?
So when it comes to the steak, right now it's still a little too early.
Okay.
I think at 6:40. You know what? We can start maybe turning the pan on. I would say burner on. No.
No, the pan. You know, I never use my oven, guys. You guys know that this is where I keep all my bread.
Oh, cool.
This is where I keep all my pots and pans.
Yep.
So it's yes, this is it.
I would say just let's get it on for the low heat right now. Yeah, like that. 2. We'll do this one too. Just getting it warm. So here's the thing: when you're cooking anything, it's a protein. Even vegetables or anything, something that's good to do. A good rule of thumb is always get your pan hot. Just get a few minutes before you start cooking. If you've ever seen, let's put it, meat should never look gray. I'm not saying it's bad if it's gray, but what it means is it's more steaming than searing. So the best way to prevent that is two things. Get your pan hot. Don't touch it too once you put it on the pan. So just give it some time, let it rest, let time do its thing. Let time and heat do its thing. So a good rule of thumb, we're gonna be probably cooking steak roughly in, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. Let's just take this time, turn the pan on or turn the burners on and get them warm. You know, I don't need them smoking hot, just warm.
They're warming.
Yeah.
They be warming, peeps.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grate some cheese.
You know what? I've always wanted to use this. This is from the shop, huh?
Yeah, and I got a plastic one.
I've always seen these.
All right, let me find my cheese I have.
Yeah, we've done giveaways for those on our trivia giveaways. People seem to really like them.
Have you used one of these, Benjamin?
I've seen it. I don't use it. I've never used it.
You want to use it?
I would love to. Fran, if you're here, either what camera you're at, Fran, I'm going to be using the grater. Me and her had a conversation about this one day. Because I still have the old school
So do I.
grater. That's all I ever known.
Yeah, Melissa called those knuckle buster, right?
Yeah, that's a knuckle buster.
I've never busted my knuckle with it, but I know why people. I know how that can happen. So let's see if I.
It's not gonna happen with this thing.
Rhonda Harris said, "Oh my goodness, be prepared. It'll change your life." The veggie and cheese grater.
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
Yeah, you may have to buy a gadget after that.
I might have to.
All right. Well, I like how Trini does it. Trini's like just beast.
Really? Okay, so
Let me get you a.
little bowl to put it.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's go. This one's wide.
That's a perfect fit too.
Okay, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. So I just go like this.
Push down.
Okay.
It'll slice stuff for you. It'll shred cabbage for you. It'll shred anything.
Definitely very convenient.
And
Yeah,
it
what-
doesn't take anything to clean it.
Does it have about 10 different
And
attachments?
then it has its own suction on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, here are the attachments.
Next she's gonna tell me, you can click on my TikTok shop.
Trini has, I have it listed, but Trini has hers listed too.
Yep.
I think she actually is one of the ambassadors for it.
It's definitely very convenient, I'll tell you that.
Yay!
Very convenient.
All right, now we unsuction it and we're just putting this over here on the side.
I don't just use gadgets for anyone, just so everyone knows.
Yes, I'm feeling privileged here for real. Okay, and the rest of this cheese is gonna go on the baked potatoes. All right, so here we go.
Just gonna let it. I'm gonna have it heat up a little more now. I'm gonna turn to like a 4.
Yeah, Bab said, TikTok made me diet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the truth, y'all. It's the truth.
So what I'm doing, if you see my hand, I'm just feeling the heat because I just want to be able to know how hot it is. I usually keep my hands above about 3 inches above the heat, above the pan. I just want to feel the warmth of it. So I'm not like old school like Melissa, where she's just putting her hand on the we call it the plancha. I'm not at that level yet. I still have baby hands.
You may have baby hands. I have no fingerprints. So if there's any thieving going on, don't look at me. I don't have any fingerprints left.
Yeah, thanks to your corn tortillas, huh?
That's right.
You know what? Maybe let's get one more of these.
You want some garlic? No.
No,
Oh, sorry.
I want garlic.
Okay,
No garlic.
Okay.
Just try to pull a fast one on me.
Thank you, everybody, for being with us tonight here on Food Talk TV. Of course, you see Benjamin there.
Hello.
The picture of our special guest tonight, him and his wife, Marissa. So,
We're from Arizona. We're in Texas right now.
that's right.
You can see it. So you can feel
We're
it.
having a good time in the kitchen tonight. So, if y'all are new to Food Talk TV, please give us a follow if you would. So, and thank you, everybody, for all the shares tonight, all the likes and taps. We appreciate y'all being here with us.
So the most important thing right now would be getting our mise en place in order for the steak. So we know we need our pans. Pans are right here. And we know that we need our steaks. Perfect. We have our aromatics, which is our onions, and garlic, thyme. I know I do want some butter. We have some leftover butter here. I would say we have a little spoon right here that we can use.
Yep.
Because we will need to scoop some of that spoon, so we're working. When it comes to oil, use a little bit of oil. We'll have a little bit of oil just to put on the pan. So when we're ready to execute, we're going to be there. So I'm feeling a lot of good heat on this pan. So Melissa, you said the whole goal was for me to help teach you, right?
Yep, I'm
so
ready.
My best way to help teach people is I have them do stuff. I have them do it. So now, but do you need to spend any time with this before we?
No, I'm turning it to low.
Okay. So my best tip for you right now is you feel the heat, right? So make sure. This, and I feel like this pan's hotter than this one. What's your thoughts? Do you feel?
Yeah, this one's hotter.
Okay, that's right. We're gonna at least cook one on here right now.
Okay.
So then what we're gonna do, let me see if I can bring my camera a little bit over here too. Okay. First of all, you're gonna just grab one of the steaks, and I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in the pan. And right after I put the oil in, just like give it a moment, and we just spread the oil.
Listen, when I was at Jesse's house, Crown Royal's house, Mr. Crown Royal, I ate raw beef. It was so
Yes,
good.
she did.
Just put it down, then away from your body. Perfect. That sound is the sound you want to hear. If you don't hear that sound when you're cooking meat, means your pan was not hot. I will say, I should have told you before. I'm just going to open up a little door thing. It could get a little smoke in here, unless you're okay with that.
Yeah. Do you want to get Truett real quick and put him in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get the lid.
when you cook protein on a cast iron skillet or a pan that's hot, it tends to happen. I just realized that right now. So what we're gonna do is, the most important thing is right now not touching it. A lot of people would want to just start flipping it right now. You can do that. The problem with that is that's going to cause the steaming, the grain of it. So the best thing to do is just leave it alone. If you need to preoccupy yourself with something, if you need to set a timer, it's been down for about a minute and a half. This is where you got to grab a glass of water, find something else to do.
Cheers.
Cheers. Perfect. Now, this one's good, so we can put these on there. So how about you start off the oil? Just put a little bit of oil. Just put a little bit. And also use a spoon and just spread it. That's fine. Perfect. And just now put some. I think you can probably put 2 on here.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to overcrowd it though.
Yeah, because it's all right here.
Yeah. So I would say just put whatever 2 you think you'll fit that can fit in there would nice. Okay. Now hold on. Here's one thing. Hearing the food, hearing the sound. That sizzle was not as loud.
Correct.
So the minute we add another meat on, it's gonna cool down. It's gonna cool down the heat. So I would say turn the heat a little bit more. And then another minute, we'll add another piece of meat. So what's important about food, food talks to you. It tells you things. You just gotta listen to it. Now, for a pair of tongs, one thing I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna lift up a small little piece. Okay. You look right here?
That was good.
But it's gonna go one more time.
Yeah, exactly.
You start to see a little crust forming. But at least I would say another 2 minutes, roughly. We'll go that route. Now, this should be fine. I would say do a smaller one. Because it'll be less likely to pull the pan. There we go. Now that sounds a little better.
Yep.
Good. Sounds like we're cooking. That's what it sounds like.
We're cooking with gas, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me work on
Literally.
this rack.
Yum, guys. I wish you could smell it in here.
You know what? I would say let's turn the oven on to 350.
Okay.
There we go. I think that's right.
Yep. I wouldn't know. I've turned on my oven exactly 2 times in 5 years because I use my Easy Bake.
Nice.
I did light it though to make sure it worked.
Okay, good.
Okay. One thing I'm gonna do real quick, guys, is I'm just gonna throw this jalapeno over here for me.
Oh, that sounds good. How many of you would have already flipped this meat? Honestly.
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
So here's what you're gonna do. Spend enough time. Understand this. I'm gonna have you grab it. If you grab it from this little tab right here, this little nub,
Yeah. It's gonna break.
it's gonna break. So yeah, just grab it from a bigger piece and flip it over softly. Now keep in mind, you don't want the oil to splat on you. So, perfect. So nice crust on it.
Looks good.
So now the most important thing is leaving it alone right now for another roughly 5 minutes. So you're gonna be 3 to 4 because we like a medium rare, right?
Yep.
So
I like it almost saying don't cut me.
okay, then it's done.
Yeah, I've seen people eat it blue. My dad just wanted it in a pan just to get warmed up for a second.
Now this one is a thick. This is a thicker piece.
That.
So yeah. So here's the one thing about meat. You understand this? Every slice of meat is different. So we have 4 different steaks. They're all very similar in shape, but some are smaller, some are thicker. So you got to be able to understand not every steak's gonna cook the exact same. You need to treat everyone almost individually different. So understand that too.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do is just take this one now. This is the first one we put down.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, it's a lot more gray. So by the time we were halfway cooking the first side, there was more brown bits on this one. This one's not. So we need shrimp to keep a little more.
Let's go.
So what we know already is happening, this one is there's more heat coming from this burner right now.
This is the quick boil.
Yeah. Oh, that part. Does that make sense? Perfect. How about you look at it now because it's doing a little more searing.
Yeah, somebody had a question about basting. When do you start basting?
So typically we would start now, but because we're cooking 4 steaks at, that's the goal. This pan is only one side right now, so we can only fit 1 steak in. So typically what we would do is the minute we flip the steak, we would start basting, but we still have another steak to cook. So we're gonna be cooking multiple steaks. So there will come a point where we will do some basting, and I'll show you how that happens. We're just improvising with the fact that we're not just cooking 1 steak.
And they're different sizes.
Yes. And that's okay.
Benjamin's like me that way. I mean, it's like, it's okay. It is what it is. We work with what we got. That's where the talent comes in.
So here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm trying to do. Take that steak off.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on here. Okay. Then put your next one on there.
Somebody was asking about your air fryer, Melissa, but I know we're not using one tonight.
No, I'm not using an air fryer. Can you talk with us about air fried steak?
You know what? I've never done it. I know some people have. I've seen it on the feed everywhere. They put a frozen steak in the air fryer. I can't confirm or deny if that's a good thing. My gut feeling, it's something I would do, but if you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
That's the best steak I ever made was in the air fryer.
So,
was
yeah.
it not, Mark? Remember that steak? You're like, that's perfect temperature. That one steak I made in the air fryer. But it's just because I screwed up
Right.
with it.
Okay.
Now, somebody actually, they thought that was an air fryer you were using.
You know what? They are now, but that
Yeah.
one's old. That one does not have air fryer. It is a convection, but it does not have the air fryer. Look at how this one's popped
Yeah, and
up.
it's an oyster.
It happens. What happens? Because if you look at a ribeye, there's certain parts that like there's
I know
the
I
fat.
like this.
That's like the fat part. So like there's parts of the fat that separate it. So sometimes the popping does happen, which you can do to prevent
Wait
it.
it.
You could, I wouldn't wait it, but right now, what you could do before sometimes, is you can put a little slit in the.
Yeah, like I do my pork chop.
Yeah, and it keeps it flat. Yeah. But
Too late now.
Yeah, it's too late now, but it's not the end of the world.
So guys, like I did on my one of my 10-second cooking schools, Benjamin said we can also do that with steak, not just on pork chops. I always put snips in my pork chops so they'll lie flat.
It just has to do with the size, the shape of this one. Because if you look at the other 3, that didn't happen.
Nope.
No. This is where it's sometimes with cooking, I would say don't worry too much, don't fuss over it. Let's see, where is the heat on this one? Okay, there's a nice crust, perfect. Let's try flipping the other one. Let's see how it works. Now what I do want to do with this one.
Look how it's like.
Yeah, I know. So you can
You
snip
want me to
it.
snip it?
Yeah, go ahead, snip it. It's not the end of the world.
We're gonna have to do an episiotomy. I'm sorry, ladies.
Yeah.
Is that enough? Or you want to
That's perfect. I think that'll be fine. It's not gonna be the end of the world. I'll eat it. I'll be more than happy.
I'll eat it.
They're looking
What the best
wonderful.
thing to do is add some aromatics to the pan. This is where we're gonna do some of this.
I love grilled peppers.
Marie Lynn asked, how's the compound butter doing in the freezer?
I would recommend not opening it.
I'm not opening it.
That brings back memories of the rice.
Oh my gosh, I gave Mark PTSD about rice. The timer went off and I'm like, okay, now we don't touch it for 10 minutes. And he goes, okay, the rice is ready. I'm like, don't touch it.
Can we see the butter? If you don't mind.
This?
Yeah. All we're gonna do is some butter. There it is. This is one of those things. It's very healthy for you, and that's being sarcastic. So everyone's aware. Start using all your butter.
No, I've got. No way, man.
JDP's been with us tonight, the newest Food Talk member.
JDP.
His show debuts next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central.
Next Tuesday, not the 11th.
Next Tuesday is the 11th.
It is the 11th?
Yes.
Holy cow, JDP, are you ready?
I just looked in it. Just need another minute. Then we'll flip it.
Oh, that looks so good. That smells good.
So somebody asked about what does the butter do? Why use it?
Butter actually just adds flavor, and it actually helps build an extra crust to it. So it's just something that you can do. That butter is just adding additional flavor. Now I just realized I don't want to overdo it, so I don't want that butter to overflow. So all I'm gonna do is just with the butter, just melt it, just put it on. It just helps flavor the meat. That's all I'm trying to do. Now I'm just trying to keep it just a little more. Oh yeah, you can do that. You have a paper? Yeah, perfect.
Whoa, don't you be trying to burn me, man. Did you see that fire?
I am gonna flip this one if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that crust. Okay, now here's where you do the basting, ruin a steak. So I'm gonna use a towel. Put this in the cast iron skillet, very hot. Tilt it. And you get basting it.
Yeah.
So somebody was asking if that's a soy steak.
Soy steak.
No,
What?
it's a cow steak. 100% pure cow. This is our vegan special.
I mean, the cow was vegan.
It was.
That helps answer the question.
The cow was a vegan. Y'all can eat everything else on this meal. Well, I don't know, the vegans eat butter.
No, they would not.
Okay.
Vegetarians would.
They can't eat
But also,
butter either.
too, I've met people who are vegetarian that eat fish. I mean, it's.
Yeah,
but-
I can't keep up with it. I just
Well-
ask people when I ask them for dinner, do they have any dietary?
Yeah. Based on the standard of what vegetarian and vegan is, there's certain standards, but at the end of the day, what the individual chooses to do and eat, that's what they're gonna do.
Reheated. Done.
Okay, perfect.
So Benjamin, that was Lena that asked.
Oh, she's asking because I'm always,
Yeah,
I
she-
make a couple jokes sometimes.
Yeah,
about
it was meant to be that. Yes.
Yes.
So
Hi, Alina.
Yes. She makes vegan tacos every now and then.
Now, see, I would eat those. I would give those a good try.
Yeah, she uses
Soy chorizo?
Yeah, so that's what she uses. She uses like actual like soy. I don't know. She would have to explain it more. Oh yeah. But yeah. But
Lena missed my thing. I made tortillas on Saturday. She always eats Melissa, it's like she hears somehow I'm making tortillas. She is there. She is there, but I think this time her ESP was broken. Or I wasn't sending out the signal.
The goal is for medium rare, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Take these off.
No, Melon, neither one are a chef, actually.
I just pretend like I went on TV.
Just awesome home cooks. I know Benjamin had a number of years in the restaurant industry, food and
And I
beverage.
owned a restaurant.
Yes, she did.
And my first husband was a food and beverage director for 20 plus years as well.
Off, it's off. So what I'm gonna
Try
do.
those taters.
I know somebody mentioned a minute ago if y'all were going to use garlic. Yes, of course, that is garlic.
Yeah, there's
In
garlic.
there, yes.
Garlic cloves in here actually as we speak. What I'm gonna do next. How are we doing on time?
I have no idea what you
Okay.
What time is it, y'all?
It is 6:55.
The problem you might have is a little bit on the potato.
You good on
That
potato?
one takes so long.
Those look fantastic.
Don't they?
If y'all are just tuning in, you're watching Food Talk TV,
We put these in the oven for a little bit.
our typical Monday night show here at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time every Monday. The Spice is Right with Melissa. We got special guest tonight, Benjamin from Benjamin's Kitchen.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
And just
Don't worry about it. The
just-
handle just snapped off.
oh no,
It can't be because I use it.
oh man, that's true.
Probably screw it off.
Yeah.
So just a reminder too, both Melissa and Benjamin have their own TikTok channels. Melissa's is MelissaMurd. We usually go on a couple times a week where Melissa's doing more cooking. And Benjamin's Kitchen, he's on most every day on his live.
This is the first time I've been live since Wednesday of last week. So I'm like, I've been having that itch. I usually go live very, very frequently.
I know, I was wondering if you have withdrawal.
Yeah, boy, I was trying to go live last night. We had a situation happen with the place that we were trying to get, and we pretty much needed to check out of the place. I was like, you know what? It had a kitchen, had a washer, and all
Have y'all
that.
ever stayed at Homewood Suites? That's what I like to do.
You know, when we looked at it, I don't think it was available. So we just tried looking
They have
at
great
all the
kitchens.
places. Yeah. So we ended up staying at a hotel. We're staying at what's it? Doubletree. Yes. First time ever in Doubletree is nice, but we've had some interesting things happen with every time we've been there. But it's been nice. But we're enjoying our Austin experience.
And FYI, Benjamin is going to be on another person's live tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will be.
but
We
it's a
just-
secret.
We just don't know who it is. It is a surprise. So if you guys have seen my posts, I've every day have been giving clues of who it could be. Clue one was
Austin.
the person lives in Texas. Clue two is they have a very popular cooking show. The third clue I sent it out today right before we went live. It is that they are originally not from Texas. They actually are from a different state, but they do live in Texas. So I mean, Texas is a really big state.
That is.
So it could
Lots
be.
of people.
If you check out the comments, it's kind of funny what the comments are saying, and not in a bad way. It's really cool, like how everyone's thinking like.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, someone said Matthew McConaughey's wife. I'm like, I don't know who she is, but I'm assuming she cooks. I heard the
Oh, she does.
Pioneer lady.
From steak.
There's got a couple other people. Okay, so what I am gonna do, I'm gonna take the steak out. Now, the logistics of where am I gonna put the pan at?
Well, if we can do this. We turn this off.
Is it right here?
Yep, we'll just move this over here if you want to. Are we through with this pan?
Okay, here. Yes, we're done with that. Now, if you want to, and actually no, there's not time yet. We don't want to look at it. We're gonna add more work, but we're already pushing time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, take it off. Then we're gonna set right here.
Yep, that's going to happen. It's going to happen on live.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just gonna move. I'll move that up. Are we gonna use that other iron skillet and stuff in there?
No, you don't have to. It's just for aromatics. You can, if you have a purpose to use it, you can definitely find a way to use it if you want to use it.
Here we have the mushrooms.
We do. There we go.
When it comes to a cutting board to put the steak on, when you get a moment, there's no rush.
Okay.
We are going to have a wonderful dinner
Oh,
tonight,
that's
everybody,
perfect.
with these steaks.
All right.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
We also have the
Okay,
baked potatoes.
Let me get my meat cutting board. Now, my meat cutting board is not huge, right? It can only hold like 2 steaks.
That's fine. We'll make it work.
Rhonda Harris said those mushrooms are perfect.
They are. And what she did, she actually did something very smart. So we had left the garlic and the onion and the thyme we used to kind of base the steak in. She actually used it and added to the mushrooms. So actually it was very clever. Most importantly, I would say clean. This is the time where we take advantage to clean up. Clean up what you
Right.
can.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, it smells good in here.
Yes, it does. So, and if any of y'all have just joined in, you're watching Food Talk TV, the longest running live food show on TikTok. 4 years in running. We have creators on daily, multiple times a day. So please give us a follow if you're new to the channel. There's something for everybody with all the creators we have. We have 2 more creators tomorrow.
Put this right here.
Boy, do those look ever so good.
Come on, Piggy Wiggy. Come on, Pig. Come on, Pig Boy.
So right now, here's the most important thing. Letting the meat rest. We seared them in the stove, or sear on the pan, and then we put them into the oven for a little bit, just keep it warm. The most important thing that's gonna be is just letting it rest. There's a time frame. There's not a perfect code to it of how long it should rest, but the most important thing is letting it rest on a surface that is not hot, that is a neutral surface. The cutting board is a very neutral surface. It slows down the cooking process. What is really important though when you're cooking a big piece of meat, and this goes for anything like a roast, what happens with meat is you're cooking on the grill, anything. Inside the cooking process, all these juices are shooting out everywhere, like inside the meat. So what happens is by letting it rest, it redistributes them. So if someone's ever noticed, sometimes what could happen is if I was to cut this meat right now, a lot of liquid would leave the meat immediately, and then your meat tends to be a little more drier. Just by letting it rest a little bit, it saves time. It will make your meat delicious by letting it just sit. This goes for chicken breasts, even just doing chicken breasts, literally pan searing a chicken breast, letting it rest for 4 minutes, 5 minutes will be amazing. So that's what I recommend. Now what we can do while it's resting, if I may have some of the compound butter.
Oh, absolutely.
So a way to add additional flavor is we made a delicious compound butter, and it has gone hard. So look, I'm gonna, there's a little solid to this. So what you can do with your compound butter, and what I like to use compound butter for is anything that I would use butter for, I replace it now. But also be smart with it too. Like I wouldn't put this on a sweet dish because this is a savory compound butter. So if you had something savory like that, I joke about this, but I know some of you might be shocked to hear this when I tell you. Every now and then I will make a box mac and cheese. I love it. I don't know why, I still love it. Grew up on it, but it calls for butter. If you replace it with this butter now, you'd be blown away the difference it is. So all we're gonna do is let the butter sit for a little bit while it's still warm. Just put a little bit. And you just let it do its thing.
I'm working on doing some potato thing.
Okay.
And then I'll do the salad real quick. later.
And like I have done sweet compound butters. I've done any type of sweet compound butter. I like to have fun with it where it's a good way to use leftover things that you might have. So there's, have any of you guys ever made a compound butter before? And if you have, what did you do? What did you put in yours? And well, let's see.
Mama Mary asking, that is thyme and butter, correct?
Yeah, this one's just thyme and butter. Like, well, it's 2 times. It's thyme, the herb, the butter, and thyme to be in the freezer to get it hard. So, but we put it in the freezer to speed up the process of it. But typically, what I would recommend is trying to make a compound butter 4 hours in advance, overnight. You will wake up the next day and you will see it is like rock hard, and it is really stiff, and it completely changes the texture of the butter. It becomes really solid. And what you cut off is like, this would be called a little medallion. It's just a nice way to flavor your steak. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that done at a restaurant. So I see people have used rosemary and thyme. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, it's whatever. You can also use dried herbs. You don't have to use fresh. You can do anything you want. It's the point is just try, taste it. The most important part is letting the butter get to room temperature, because if you ever try to make a compound butter with butter that's not room temperature, it's real tough, and I've tried it before. Trust me.
The real MC said, wow, those steaks look amazing.
Oh, cool. Well, good.
They do.
I agree totally.
So it is time to cut, Melissa. If you wanted to cut one whenever you're ready.
Yes. Okay.
No rush. We're on your show.
And we're gonna get to eat them. That's the best part.
My thing is this. I pride myself on getting done on time, and my potato's not where I want it, but you know what? We're going with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're going with it, man. All right.
So typically, there's not a perfect science with cutting meat or cooking meat. We hope it's medium rare. It could be medium. Somewhat the bigger one will probably be more medium rare. These are the ones that fit. I felt that fit better on the cutting board. So we're just gonna cut them through. Let's get a cutting knife, steak knife. The best thing to do is, well, here's the one thing I'm gonna tell you. There's a rule that I say that you need to follow.
Okay.
First of all, you're the chef. You get to cut that piece for yourself.
Not a chef.
You get to cut that piece for yourself and just taste it. And that's just something you get to enjoy yourself in front of everyone. I mean, in my opinion, but it's what I would do.
That is very good.
I assisted a little bit, so I'm gonna just.
Oh, okay, I was getting your part perfect.
I'm gonna do is cut off the fat. Now, do we have one of the knives that we used earlier, like the bigger knives? Dirty. We can always wash it.
I don't know where I put it.
That's it right there.
Here's one.
This one good?
Yeah, or this one. This is the one you like, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This one's fine.
Okay.
So, what I'm gonna recommend is we're gonna slice. So I'm gonna do one, then you can do one. Here, let me cut off this little piece real quick.
I just want to eat. I just want to eat that yumminess.
Okay. I mean, I do think for our assistants that helped us with the recording.
This one's clean. We'll give this
Okay.
to the lovely lady.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so we kind of made it uniform. So what I do is take the spread it. Okay, and the meat has grain in it. So now this is where sometimes everybody can get a little complicated. This part is a different shape. This one's going different. This one looks like it's going. Well, actually, I see it going this way. So what I'm going to do is actually there's a separation. I'm going to separate the fat part because there's different parts of this meat. And depending if you want fat or not, you can cut off the fat. But I am seeing, are you seeing it go this way? That's what I'm seeing.
Well, see right here, I'm seeing it to go this way.
Okay, well, that's perfect. It might be that way, so let's see. So what I do, I just go against the grain. And now I'll tell you one single way to tell it.
By looking at it.
Yeah. So if your meat is spongy like that, it means you cut it right.
Oh, okay.
You cut it against the grain.
Okay.
It wouldn't be spongy like that.
Pull apart a little bit.
Yeah, it's just it would be very tough.
I find that very difficult on a ribeye to like compared to a, you know, a New York strip. It's easier to see.
So when it comes to, I know you said medium rare. Do you feel that's medium rare for you?
I feel like that's good. I
Okay.
call that more of a medium, but I think that's good.
Okay. Now the bigger one over
I
there,
would not send that back.
the
I'll say
bigger
that.
the bigger one would probably be more medium or more medium rare.
Okay.
Now,
See that fat? Oh baby, yeah.
okay. Those are little snacks if you want to have. Now this one, there's grain going everywhere.
Yeah, there
so you just go with the flow. There's nothing you can do about that part. At least just try to keep it uniformed as much as you can. See, this part was a little fatter. So look at that. That's more medium rare, I would think.
Yeah.
Yes, that's beautiful.
So the plate we want to get, I'm gonna have you cut the other one. But what plate do you want to use?
I'm gonna use this. I dirtied it.
That's fine. I'm gonna dirty it again. So
Yeah, that is wonderful.
I'm gonna have you do the other one, if you don't mind.
Okay, and guys, this is my favorite part of the steak is the cap. So when I buy ribeyes, typically I look for a cap. Because some are cut differently. Okay, let's spread this butter
So
out.
Marie Lynn asked, why is it again you have to cut it a certain way?
So it's regarding keeping it tender. So here's the one thing. You can cut meat, or you can cook meat perfectly. You can cut it perfectly, but what would happen sometimes is that by cutting it incorrectly, you will toughen up the meat. And so cutting against the grain is really important. How's it taste? So that's just part of the reason why. So cutting, it's just part of anything you're cutting. If you look at the next time you cook even a chicken breast, look at it. You'll see these lines in it, and you're just going to go the opposite direction.
So that's pretty much for all meat for the most part.
Any protein. I've never seen a protein that doesn't have lines in it. That is it's just you just want to always go against the grain. Oh, sorry. And since we grab some of these.
See this right here, guys?
I love those parts.
Sorry. What about this?
You can cut it. I mean, it's all edible. It's just typically what happens too when you cut a piece of meat. The outer edge, you would always expect it to be a little more, let's say, medium.
Crispy.
But the inner part, more inner, will always be less. So, now, would you want to cut the other one, or you think if you're open for it?
This one?
Anyone you want. Here, actually, let me bring the cutting board to you. You don't want that butter to spill. There you go. Now this is probably gonna be, this one has a really nice crust. And I'm gonna separate this on the side, just so. You feel comfortable cutting it? You're good?
Okay, cut this off first. Got our lovely aromatics here. Oh guys, I don't know, I left the room to get the proper cutting board. All those aromatics that we used, I just threw those in my mushrooms. Oh, see, look, that's the cap, right? That was a cap?
Yeah, that's fine. Those are little snacks.
No, I know you want to make it look pretty. That's awesome. He's teaching me how to make things look pretty too. I almost like rather slice it the other way, like this way.
Oh, you can.
Set it down with my finger.
Any way that is against the grain, whatever is easy for you to cut. That's the most important part.
Yeah, steak looks so good, and it tasted so delicious.
I don't trust trust my knife skills enough on that.
That's fine. I
Okay.
think that's perfect. So I'm gonna try to.
Thank you.
Then that's that.
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
Delish.
set this right here. Get my hands clean.
Needless to say, we will be doing some wonderful eating tonight, everyone.
Oh, so the cat.
Yeah.
The cat fan wants a piece too. What's up, big girl? So, everyone, how did Melissa do when it came to cooking the steak? She had a
Oh
concern.
yeah, I did such a great job cooking the steak.
She had a concern about wanting to be able to cook a steak on a skillet.
Perfect.
And I think she did good. I think she did great. Like it's. What was the biggest changing factor? You think just allowing time?
Now I understood the letting it get. You put it on a hot vessel, let it cook. I got that. The part I didn't know is that you don't turn it as fast as I turn it.
Okay. Yeah.
So you really developed a crust,
Yes.
and I think it's made all the difference in the world.
Yeah. So like the crust, this right here, if you can see, there. If you look at it, it actually changes color. I don't know if you can see on the. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it gets a little dark brown right here. That is the crust that is formed naturally. That actually, what happens with that is it releases when the meat releases itself off the pan. That's when the crust is created. So I don't know if anyone's ever cooked chicken before. And let's say you're cooking the chicken. You can grill chicken, or you're cooking chicken breast on the burner or on the stove, and you try flipping it and it sticks. The meat still sticks to the pan. Is because the crust wasn't developed yet. You got to leave it alone.
Yeah, it'll release itself. What I understand.
Yeah, it will literally release itself. So that's why I said earlier, when we put the second piece of steak on, we realized that the sizzle was not as loud as the first one.
We waited.
Yeah, let the food, listen to the food when it talks to you, or when it's telling you, hey, I'm not ready. Just follow the direction. It will tell you exactly what to do. But everyone, on my account, I'm going to be ending my live because soon we're going to be eating food. I want to finish off on the FoodtokTV account, but I appreciate everyone hanging out with us.
Yes, thank y'all for coming.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
And we'll see whose house I'm going to be at tomorrow.
Fun.
Okay, take care.
Get out
I
of
think
here.
this is the first time Melissa's went over her time here.
84 minutes usually, so it's okay though. It was worth it. I think I'll get a pardon from the boss.
Oh, it'll be completely fine.
All right, those potatoes are gonna have to finish. This one's not even quite done. All
Okay,
right,
though.
all right. So let's get some picture here, Marcus. Where's your phone, baby?
Right here.
Okay. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
All right. I don't get my feet in here. Can you hold something? So let me just get it out of the way. Here we go. You're perfect. Thank you.
We appreciate everybody being with us tonight here on Food Talk TV.
Who can do this? Who in here can do this?
Me. I have it all in
Yeah.
my arms. I did. I used to wait tables.
I still find myself doing it with random things.
I do too. I'll serve Mark at night.
Yeah. Or like if you ever kind of carry trays, and like I still carry things like this with
Do
my
you?
yeah.
Figures?
You
Yeah.
want to take a picture of that one?
Hilarious.
I wouldn't dare try to.
You get used to it. It just takes time. Well, also after you drop a bunch of glasses, like you have to literally break a lot of glasses to learn. It's learn by making mistakes.
I'm just gonna have a picture of that.
That's
Okay,
fine.
here we go. All right, so let us recap, shall we?
Yeah.
So tonight, Benjamin has taught me how to make a reverse seared ribeye steak. This is cooked medium rare to medium, depending upon the steak. Delicious.
And what's this? This is a baked potato.
That's a baked potato. It was supposed to look prettier than that, but it honestly, it's not quite ready. Thank you.
I think it looks great.
And then here's our salad. It has mushrooms, onions, and cheese with fresh lemon juice. So there you have it. I also made some mushrooms. Here's our sauteed mushrooms, and where I put the extra vinaigrette, the extra ingredients, the yummy thyme and onions and such. And so this has been Food Talk TV, Monday night. The spice is right. I'd like to thank Benjamin and his lovely wife, Marissa, for coming this evening and cooking with us. And we're fixing to chow down.
Yes. Thank you for having us. We really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, y'all.
She's cooler in real life, everyone, just so you know.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next Monday night. And